Gentlemen and ladies, my name is Chess, and welcome to the What If Deku was, or female Deku, that means Zumi, was Muscular's girlfriend. So where we left off, the Muscular her asked what happened to you, and then Zumi explains that she was done explaining it to her mother, and then her mother told her that don't worry, everyone in this town on won't allow Momo to even get close to you. No, because she's yeah. So the so Muscular says the same thing, but instead of saying the entire town, he says this: I won't let her get near you. Oh. As he says this in that sentence, my beloved Zumi. Sorry about that. So yes, the basically Muscular comforts Zumi. So yeah, and because they're dating way longer, so yeah. After now the sports festival thing, of course, Muscular against like Bakugo, oh, and Muscular wins. Momo versus Zumi. As Zumi has to be stayed calm. As Muscular is there to make sure that there's no like if no stabs things. As Momo pulls out a knife. Or a yeah. Or actually boxing gloves, and they start boxing with like their powers. As Momo, oh, it was a draw. So then, yeah, Momo pulls out the knife and to stab Zumi in the back, and as Muscular um was really fast, so he used his body armor, the aka that flesh part, to block the blade from hitting, and he punched Momo so hard into out of the stadium or out of the ring, as he was scared, and as so Muscular says, calm down, it's gonna be all right. And Muscular picks her up, as so or Momo, or actually Todoroki was jealous. The same thing. But instead of at Zumi, it's at Endeavor, or at him. As, yeah. So, Muscular and her were like, of course, they were hugging. Like, yeah. So then, yeah. So now it was time for Muscular versus, or actually not Muscular, the Zumi versus Todoroki. Muscular versus the Momo. Oh, yeah. As Todoroki had or used his own like throw sign thing. Like he used ice to try to freeze Zumi him. But Zumi dodged out of the way in time. And yeah. As she runs up, punches Todoroki in the chest, sends him flying. And she understands that Zumi Zumi understands Todoroki has a crush on Momo. Oh. And Todoroki was as Todoroki tells her that how are you this strong? As Zumi as see Todoroki as she sat down away from him, not close. See him because your father Endeavor, right? Your father Endeavor has a flame quirk. My quirk is called Flame Catch. It allows me to take people that have flame quirks like you and Endeavor, to be him. It's all about your quirks. Like flames doesn't even affect me either. But there is one thing. You are trying to get your revenge for Momo because you love her. Is that right? As Todoroki's eyes, or as he's blushing, because he knew that she is right. And he's kind of embarrassed he doesn't want to admit it to the Momo knows, but yeah. So then the Momo who was listening to their conversation as Zumi tells Todoroki that I don't see any difference between me and Momo. Oh, oh. We're technically be a same. What we want on is a beautiful man, and but she has one, and that's you, Todoroki. And Momo was listening to their conversation, and and when Momo heard that he Zumi admits that there's no difference between Momo and her because the I don't as she even tells Todoroki that I don't know why Zumi always wants to kill me so bad. As Todoroki says, well, the because she was jealous of you because you get so much attention more than her does in a lifetime. So that's why. Okay? Huh. We both have two different goals. But you and her will be a great couple. I could tell. Oh, during that fight thing. As Todoroki is taken back by this. He he didn't really know that Zumi is actually a kind person. She's not out there for like for attention and like she was born with it and like she even like admits that Zoom or Momo who might think about that same thing because I know that my heart is with Endeavor or muscular. I keep saying Endeavor, so muscular. Her, her. As Zumi admits that he really or she really sees Zoom or Momo as her best friend. As he's or as Momo is like couldn't believe what as when Zumi walked away from Todoroki game Momo was there as she says or she walks up to him or no she walks up to Zumi and instead of stabbing her she like hugged him, or hugs Zumi. Me. As Zumi, or actually, Momo, who apologizes for, like, trying to stab her. Zumi ends up forgave her. And, yeah. As, heck, even Zumi was, like, she ends up hanging out with, or actually Momo ends up hanging around with her way more than, so Momo, had even some girl time with Zumi to spend a lot more getting used to her. So, in the original one, Momo comes out of the, like, or like a hallway, stabs her, and, like, or about to, and then everyone puts her behind bars. But in this I changed it so to make it more happy instead of, like, depressed. One. So, yeah. Plus, muscular can tell. As he literally tells, or no, muscular could tell that Momo has changed the tune. Like, she ends up being more, like, hang around with Zumi a lot more better. As Zumi asks Momo that, how are you doing with Todoroki? Because you know that conversation, but, or you knew the after part, but the beginning part, aren't. As Momo wanted to know, can I ask you something? As Momo asks, Azumi says, sure. Well, how does Todoroki feel about me? Well, when he and I were talking all about you. Like, I knew from based on his looking, every time he looks at you, he froze. Like, his heart starts to pound. Kind. So, that caught Momo off guard. So, wait, you're saying that he loves me? As Zumi, he says, yeah, I could tell. But when I asked him, he says this in a really quiet tone you probably didn't hear. But he wants to marry you. Who? Really? As Momo and Zumi were just like, and she actually says this as to her, that after all this time, all the way from when everyone was attracted to you, Zumi, I kind of got jealous. Because then, when after hearing you say, like, you and I are so different, as she starts to tear up, um, as she literally hugs Zumi, because, yeah, so, yeah, so then, yeah, Momo decides, and like, she says to Zumi that you're such a kind person compared to me. I just wasn't born with that fame or the popularity thing. I had to work hard for it. As Zumi he says that I, I know that I don't truly understand, but you'll be a great role model for it too. And Zumi he says that with a kind smile. And Momo, oh, is now cooled off. Like, she went from being like, I'm just gonna kill this son of a gun, to who, you know what? Second I thought, yeah, just hang out. So, yeah, it's like someone just like, it's like how Veldora was. Like, in his past, he goes on a rampage, and way before he meets Rimuru, Tempest, and then he became much more chilled out. Oh. So she chose endeavors because, as everybody's like, why do you choose endeavors? Endeavors. You should choose someone lower. As Zuku or Zumi tells them that because my power, you know about muscular, how he uses his like muscle fiber things to become like really strong, and like bullets just fly off of him. One, yeah. Well, mine flame catch quirk allows me to basically turn all flames into my energy. Basically, like, how I'll put this. She's muttering like of the math things, like mathing all that stuff. As they said, what does muscular see in you? as like Todoroki eh, tells Muscular that, and he was just jealous because he he had a coolest quirk that modifies, as Todoroki says that to Muscular, like, reason why I was jealous at you is because of your quirk. Or, like, okay, so yeah, so Zumi ends up, or so Muscular is like, huh, yeah, my quirk is pretty awesome. It's just a, and what I heard from him, Zumi, that you are actually in love with Momo. I respect you, man. As he, because you got Momo, I got Zumi. Yeah. 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 So then, Zumi, hey, or let's say dorms were implemented after the whole, like, internship thing. As Endeavor er, wants to learn what Totoro, or what Zumi is. As Zumi, or actually, the Endeavor reason why he is trying to figure out what Zumi's quirk is because the flames from his own body is leaving him to go or to, as Zumi tells him that the she has a flame catch for, or she has a flame catch quirk. It allows her to basically turn flames into energy, like into flame attacks, or use it as body armor. Really? As it never says, wait, so you're saying that or you usually use fire to get stronger and shoots, yeah. So then the whole USG thing, or the internship with Hero Killer Stain has happened, as Todoroki or Zumi ends up being there way before. As Hero Killer Stain doesn't want to kill Zumi because, yeah, but she or he ends up accidentally, like, missing and hitting her in the shoulder. Oh, sure. As, yeah, as he pulls out the knife from her, like, shoulder blade thing. Yeah, her shoulder. As, yeah, and she's covering her wound with her hand. And yeah, as Todoroki remembers, she has a flame quirk, er, so Todoroki uses in as or Todoroki uses his fire finally to stomps the bleeding thing, and she's like thing because her shoulder took more damage, and yeah, so then yeah, so she ends up going to the hospital. Hero Killer Stain was turned over to the police, and of course, Muscular heard what happened, as he really wants to kill Hero Killer Stain for what he did with, as he walks over to the hospital to want to see his girlfriend. So Momo and Todoroki and Class 1A and Class 1B went over to make sure. As the, yeah. Heck, even Inko was the. So then basically Endeavor couldn't believe that he should have been there. Yeah. So then after, like, let's say the camp arc happened, and then the All Might versus All for One, then All for One is about to kill Zuko, or no, All Might off with a flame attack. Azumi was like ran interference thing, as she blocks the attack. Her clothes, like her shirt, was burnt off. And yeah, she wasn't wearing the fireproof. Yeah. Azumi was embarrassed, but she ran up to him and slapped All for One and punched him. As yeah, the sorry, I was like itching my tongue. So then Muscular came in because when after he saw his what All for One did, and as All for One was yeah. So then Muscular beats all for one down to a bloody pulp. Yeah. So then after he was done, he walks up to him, or to Zumi, and she says, or actually he picks her up as he's embarrassed, or as she's embarrassed, because it's so embarrassing, as, yeah, but Muscular tells her to, like, really, hey, hey, yeah. So then let's just say it wasn't good. So then, yeah. So now the time skip, um, as they were like, man, even Grapefruit Kid and had the one that went after, or the one that's on right here, he ends up getting way more like into seeing, like, he was like being a pervert, or like, because after he saw what Midnight and Mountain Lady's things, yeah. So sometimes he sneaks in, and yeah, but Muscular just swats him away, like slaps him around. Yeah. So then, yeah. So let's say, because or Muscular and, I keep saying Endeavor, so that's what caught myself on it. I caught myself on it before I said it. So the so Zoom or so Muscular and Zumi were sleeping in the same bed, as they both like cuddled on up. Of course, yeah. So then a time skip. They are both at age to get married. As they get married, and they did the same thing as, but then it was time for them to have a kid. Muscular did that to Zumi, and the child came out. Her name, I don't remember what her original name was. Alexis, Alexa, Alexis. I think something, but yeah. So she was born with flaming hands. Catch. That's quirk, or actually hers. turns into abilities. Whoever, and she's also mortal, so yeah. Everyone has a happy ending. I said it, everyone has the happy ending. Instead of the Momo who gets molested in prison and yeah, all that stuff. So if you guys want me to do the what if Zumi was Overhaul's girlfriend and because the entire thing is basically yeah. So before we go, the during the like when they were 20s in these muscular told Zumi that this is what he says. You know how many times, or do you remember how many times that I said if I didn't have, I would have just start going on a killing spree and villains? As she says, yeah, but I'm very lucky to have you, Muscular. Huh? As Muscular is happy. And plus, as it, yeah. So then, yeah. So if you want to see the a reboot of what if Zumi was Overhaul's girlfriend, and it's a reboot one. So yeah, because I may, or do you, if you hit the like button, you get and him. But if you subscribe, it's been a long time. If you subscribe, then you might get the like. How will I put this? You may get what if series that I will randomly pick. Okay? Because you might all know that this is just a fill-in so that till I get myself organized with my brain for a bit. Okay? So, bye.